This is the Dodgers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers POSTCAST on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, a place to hang out when every game is done. We come in right after the game and break it down for you. Instant reaction here. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. A lifeless effort from the boys in blue today as they fall to the Mets 5-2, 32-19 now. The real 005 hits the nail on the head about Ohtani's performance. That slider made Ohtani and Freeman a below-average hitter. Absolutely. Ohtani looked ridiculously off balance and just bad today. Before we get to more of the details about this 5-2 loss, let me tell you this. Today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers POSTCAST is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet is a winner. Again, 5-2 the final. Tony Gonsolin suffers the loss. He's 2-1. He was, I guess, okay. Wasn't, he didn't lose the game for them, but he didn't win it either. He did give up 4 runs, and they lost 5-2, so you could say he lost the game. But the Dodger offense was flat and anemic. He went 5, struck out 4, mostly on the splitter. But the offense today, I guess not surprisingly, came with a little less energy than normal. Roy Estrada says, we expected this outcome. The MB3 are really struggling, and Bobby Miller not making Roy happy. Well, this bullpen banged up, this pitching staff banged up. I think we as Dodger fans should just feel happy that we're not 10 games under 500 at this point and still in first place in the West. It could be way, way worse. I mentioned yesterday during the postcast after the Apple broadcast that they did a lot of talking about the Dodger injuries. Today's game also not on Spectrum. It was a national game on Fox, and they spent a fair amount of time talking about the injuries, but they broke it down with some cute graphics and, showed 14 is the number, 14 Dodger pitchers on the IL. Some of them we haven't seen in quite a while because they've had elbow surgery, but, guys like Kirby Yates and, of course, Blake Schnell, who they said today was a little bit closer than they referenced yesterday. Of course, you're never going to get a straight answer from anybody in the organization. Oh, yeah, he's progressing any day now. So I feel like he'll be back before Ohtani, which is kind of surprising because Ohtani's healthy, but they're slow playing that. They're not going to have him do anything really until the All-Star break. They said tomorrow they're expected to they were going to do it today, but because of the late finish yesterday, they pushed it till tomorrow. He's going to face live hitters prior to the game tomorrow, which again is another 4:10-ish, 4:15-ish start in Queens for Dodgers and Mets as this series is tied at a game apiece. Rubber game tomorrow for my wife's birthday. So I am going to be here after the game, but we'll probably miss Monday because we're going to go celebrate her birthday Monday for some dinner. Tomorrow we'll just be doing what you do on Memorial Day weekend, barbecue. So as for the top 3, the MV3, as Roy put it, I like that. Ohtani 0 for 4 and looked awful. Like the 3 Ks, off balance, swinging at that slider down and away, flailing, just didn't look good at all. Chasing bad pitches. I'm just, I'm not, you guys think you all think I'm a Ohtani critic. I'm not. I guess I just am ultimately surprised when he behaves that way. When he performs that way is a better way of putting it. Is I don't believe Ohtani is a guy that has a bad eye. He can select a good pitch. Today, it wasn't happening. That slider had him absolutely baffled and fooled. And Peterson was dominant. You have to give that guy credit, as Ad K says here, or ADK. Peterson was a man on a mission. 7 1/3 or 7 2/3 rather. I was blown away. I'm like, wait, because we're so used to guys going 5 1/3, 6. You never see a guy work into the 8th anymore. I was like, is that the starter? Peterson still in there? Holy cow, good for him. 97 pitches, 99 pitches, 59 of which are strikes, 2 runs on 5 hits, 2.79 ERA.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I guess we'll be talking about tomorrow. I feel like this game is a page turner. Whatever. We lost. Grounded into 3 double plays. There's not much to look at this game and go, that was good. I guess Pajes.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
2 hits for Andy Pajes. What else? You're not going to give it to Gonsolin. Bonda, no. Bobby Miller, no. You got to give it to Andy Pajes. Although he didn't have any of the RBIs. Teo and Dalton rushing with the 2 RBI, and Rushing's RBI shouldn't have even been an RBI because they went back and looked at it and it evidently was a foul ball and nobody saw it. Thank you. We'll take it because the Dodgers led after that 2-0. That was the second, and they did squadouche from there. Duck snorts. I have to say, that is without a doubt one of my favorite baseball descriptions of a Texas leaguer, a ball that's not hit very hard. Duck snort. And I love Joe for using it. The one thing that bothers me about Joe, and it's weird, I feel like I notice it more on Dodger broadcasts versus when he's doing national games, is he puts too much on words that end in H, passion. Although that ends in an N, that's not a good example. Anytime there's a word that ends in like CH, like a such, he puts too much, like he's over enunciating. And that's my only criticism of Joe Davis. He just puts too much emphasis on too many syllables at the end of sentences that have CH at the end or something similar to that. Like he'll over crash that T at the end, like a symbol. So he doesn't do it on the national broadcast. I don't know why. Maybe he's focusing more on not so worried about his enunciation. So he's got other things to worry about. I don't know. That is a brilliant description of a flailing, ground ball with eyes, which was what Kike Hernandez's hit was today, to steal another old fashioned term that was used in the movie Bull Durham. Ground ball with eyes. That's how the Dodgers got their first RBI. Kike hit one that just, squeaked through the middle and scored the run for the Dodgers. But the duck snort is how he described Pete Alonso's 2 hits on the day, who then promptly got picked off as he was trying to time Bobby Miller and steal second base. But Gonsolin threw 9 balls in a row in the 4th, then a check swing, RBI, infield single, and then Soto ripped one off the wall on a splitter that he was waiting on, and it didn't do a whole lot of anything. So you can look at what Gonsolin did today and say it was just merely acceptable, I guess. If the Dodgers would have been able to produce a little bit more, it's a different ball game. But when you've got that bullpen that's gassed, and look, the Mets were gassed too, but they're at home and they're a little bit more comfortable, and that's probably why they prevailed today. But Soto was bound to do something sooner or later. Kenny Chung says Ohtani has looked bad for several games, not just this series. Yeah, are we going to start saying it's because he's a father? Kids up all night. They called it when he's hitting the ball well, it's daddy strength. When he's striking out, it's because he's up all night. I don't know, but today was just a flat sort of turn the page. Yeah, they got beat by a good pitcher, and that happens to the Dodgers a fair amount. They have guys that are slumping, and good news is, as I always say, the slumps don't ever last very long for this team. They are still in first place. They're 32-19, 13-11 on the road. After the break, I want to talk about the Mets uniforms. It is Memorial Day weekend, and I'm pretty sure that means alternate jerseys or City Connect jerseys. There was a ton of them yesterday, and I don't know how I feel about those Mets unis today. I love your feedback in the comments. I'm Pete Fox. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast, and we come on after every game and break it down for you. We're on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. We come on Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Sorry, I got sidetracked and distracted there. So don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince with the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast Monday through Friday right here on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast brought to you by FanDuel. The NBA playoffs are in full swing. As a matter of fact, right now, the Minnesota Timberwolves are absolutely laying it on the Oklahoma City Thunder. They were doubling up a minute ago. It's now 72-41. Holy cow. Every night delivers something exciting and highlight worthy. Major momentum shifts and can't miss moments like that. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live during the game. Like if you are an Oklahoma City Thunder fan right now, you could probably get 20 points in that game. And they probably will come back and make it interesting in the second half. So check that out. The player props, performance trends, same game parlays. Fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. So check it out, FanDuel.com. And if you're new to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. If it is a winner chicken dinner, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Dodgers fall tonight 5-2. A couple of interesting points here in the chat. Dodgers have a tough time hitting the slider in general. I wish I had a stat on that. Like they're probably out there. I bet Jeff from Locked On Dodgers could share with us how the Dodgers are against the slider, the real 005. Dodgers can't hit the slider. They couldn't today. That's for damn sure. This one's always funny. This guy always seems to get me riled up. Oh no, this guy's a huge Dodger fan. I'm surprised he would say this. Mookie Betts is overrated. I really hate that term. I'm sorry, Los Dodgers World Series champs. That when you say someone is overrated, like hasn't Mookie produced enough for you? Like, aren't the numbers there to back up what Mookie Betts has done? I don't know that like people are, fans of his. And they give him a ton of run because he's a great player. He's not always great. None of them are. I think we all, and I am very guilty of this. I think we all have way too high expectations of professional athletes in general, and especially this Dodger team because they're loaded, and we just expect them to never lose and never make a mistake and never do anything wrong, never have an off day or a bad series or a slump. It's like if they are capable of doing it, which we know that most of these guys are, when they don't do it, we're like, overrated, awful, And look, I said it today about Shohei Ohtani. He's looked awful. That's a fair criticism of what's going on with him. But that doesn't mean he's a bad player. That means he's in a bad slump right now, or not bad, but he's in some sort of bad way and he's slumping. But like they're human beings at the end of the day, and they're going to be fallible. They are not infallible. So to say Mookie has lost his mojo, Mookie Betts will be fine. Mookie has not forgotten how to play. You guys are crazy right now. The top three, even Freddie's coming back to earth a little bit, which is very unfortunate and not what we need right now. But again, Freddie has been red hot. It was bound to happen. He couldn't keep that up. The only guy that has kind of been keeping that up is Aaron Judge, but I don't even think Aaron Judge can keep that up. He's almost batting 400. Freddie's back to 351 after an 0 for today. He's going to come back there. Jazz flute. Thank you. Mookie ain't overrated, but losing his edge. Maybe. I don't know. Like, what edge is that? The edge of a 23-year-old? Yeah, he's getting older. but still a very productive player and is a guy that we all should be happy is on our team. Batting 259, 8 home runs, 30 RBI, an OPS of 766. Yeah, those are decent, above decent numbers. Back to the uniform conversation. What do we think about these Mets uniforms? I feel like that bridge, which I'm assuming is the Brooklyn Bridge on their helmet, is cheesy. On the hat, okay. On the helmet, it's kind of cheesy. And I really don't like the gray uniforms. NYC's cool, gray pinstripe. I'm not on board with those. And the sublimated artwork on the helmet, that's just softball. And I feel like most of these City Connect jerseys this year are softball jerseys. They've taken it to a new level of the monochromatic. And what's up with the White Sox wearing red and black and the Cincinnati Reds wearing all black? Those two teams need to switch uniforms, just like Miami and the Padres need to switch City Connect uniforms. I just don't like it. I did love the Pirates uniforms. The black and yellow is always a home run, always a winner. I love it. I was a Pirate fan in 78 when I was 10, merely because of the We Are Family. I love that Sister Sledge song and Dave Parker and Willie McCovey. Was it Willie McCovey? Who was the guy that did the bat thing? I can't remember his name now. But anyway, as they won the World Series that year, and you're 10, you just kind of, you watch baseball, you kind of become a fan. And I bought that stovepipe hat, all black with the yellow, the yellow rim around it. I wish I would have had the yellow one with the black piping around it. But every time they do something similar to that, I'm in. I haven't purchased any of those because it would be ridiculous for me to wear a Pittsburgh hat around here in Southern California. But I think they are so cool, and I love it when they bring it back for this. I didn't love the PGH though. That's a little cheese ball. So I think City Connect is a cool idea. I was surprised that there were so many Met fans wearing the City Connect jerseys. That was also kind of surprising. I did love the orange sweatshirts that were scattered throughout Citi Field there. The Mets regular color scheme, the blue and orange, is one of my favorite color combinations out there when it comes to team uniforms, like the Florida color. The Dodger blue is my favorite blue, but a very close second is the Mets blue and orange when it comes to color schemes. But that's how boring this game was. We had to analyze the uniforms. Shohei, Ofer. Mookie did have a hit. He's overrated. Overrated. Yeah, just overrated. Teoscar a hit. Freddie 0 for 4. Pajas 2 hits and a run scored. Tommy Edman, he's in a bad funk since coming back. Kike a hit and an RBI. Dalton rushing rather. Miggy 0 for, and Haesung Kim came in late to pinch run, did not get an at bat. So we turn the page to tomorrow. I don't know how we feel about Bobby Miller's outing. Not great. He gave up 1 run on 3 hits over 2 innings, 32 pitches. His ERA balloons to 12.6. Bonda was okay. 1 walk, 1 hit, the rest zeros. And again, Gonsolin, 4 runs on 7 hits, ERA at 4.68. So his ERA went up today as well. It was a little over 4. And it had ballooned in his prior outing, considerably, like a run and a half, I want to say. So the pitching is going to be an issue. It's going to continue to be an issue till we get some of these starters back healthy. And, the Dodgers bullpen usage tops in the league, and everyone says it when they call these games, the national guys, they say they have to get that down. They have to get that down. And I'm like, yeah, duh, but I don't know how. In order to get that down, it's like if you go into debt running up a credit card and you have, a part-time job, you're not going to be able to pay off the debt because you're not making enough money. You got to go get a full-time job. The Dodgers are going to have starters work into the 6th and the 7th for like a month to get that down, to get the bullpen usage down. I don't see that happening. I feel like this is a problem that they're going to fight all year, right? But once we get some of these starters back that will be able to work deeper, it takes some pressure off the bullpen. I don't know that they're ever going to be out of that highest usage bullpen in the league stat all season. We'll keep an eye on it. I'll be really surprised if they're not in that position as the most utilized bullpen in all of baseball all season long. We'll see. Tomorrow, it's a 4:00 start for the finale, the rubber game. Landon Knack versus Kodai Senga. I know how you guys feel about Landon Knack, so let's hope that he comes with a different energy and a different readiness and a different focus and a different off-speed pitch. Let's hope the fastball has a little bit more life, because that fastball up in the zone from him was not good early in his outing. Remember his last outing, he settled down. They ended up losing that game 9-5, but he did settle down going 5. So let's hope he starts settled down and not with those fastballs up in the zone. The Grim Joe says, manifest Knack shoving tomorrow. Shoving? Sometimes I regret reading what you guys right. Manifest. I'm thinking he's saying something to the effect of, let's manifest a win for Knack tomorrow. Yes. We need this win today. Tomorrow will be tough with Senga versus Knack. Indeed. But we'll be there to watch it, and I'll be here to break it down when it is all over. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your comments. As always, I'm Pete Fox. Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. And again, don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince during the week, Monday through Friday, with the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast. Have a good night. Take care. We'll talk tomorrow.